Unit 2, still on algebra. And we're going to do part 2 of 2.4. And this part is on add and subtract of algebraic fractions. Right, so here there's still the rule of factorize if it's not factored, but we now also have to get a common denominator. Common denominator. So let's go on using examples again. If I need to add these, my common denominator is the whole of this one times the whole of that one. I'm immediately going to put it on one common denominator. So now, since we have 2 terms times 2 terms, I must introduce brackets here. Now you go back to the top and you say, what did I multiply the x minus 2 by? I multiplied by x plus 1, then I must do the same at the top. Then the x plus 1 was multiplied by x minus 2, so I must do the same at the top. Can you see that once again you need to know your rules of adding fractions with numbers? Right, the denominator we are not going to multiply out. We will leave it like this all the way to the end. The numerator we have to multiply because this plus says I've got 2 terms. So I'm first going to multiply the 2 into that bracket, then follow my plus and multiply the 3 into that bracket. Now I have 4 terms at the top, but some of them are like terms. So again, underneath, we don't change anything. Now at the top, 2x plus 3x is 5x, plus 2 minus 6 is minus 4. Let's do the same example, but with subtract instead of with add. So minus 3 over x plus 1. So we know by now the denominator will be both of these 2, but introducing brackets. The numerator will still be, the 2 will be multiplied by x plus 1, but now it's minus 3 multiplied by x minus 2. So it changes in the numerator. So 2 into x plus 1 is 2x plus 2. Now be careful. It's negative 3 into both of those. So negative 3x plus 6. Right, so this step, don't skip this step. Because otherwise you're going to have a problem and your plus 6 here is probably going to be a negative 6, which is wrong. Right, so for this one, the denominator also stays. Now I've got 2x, take away 3x, which is negative x, and I've got plus 2 plus 6, which is plus 8. Right, last example. Let's start with this one again, but now here we're going to change it a little bit. That one now looks like that. So what I want you to see here is that this already contains your whole common denominator. it does contain an x minus 2, so that is your denominator. So we don't put in an extra x minus 2 for the other one. Remember, it must just be one that both of them can fit into. So the 2 must now be multiplied by the x plus 1. But the plus 3 just remains plus 3x. It's already on the denominator. I don't multiply it by anything. Right, let's see if we can fit it in here. So then I have 2x plus 2 plus 3x. And I just hold the denominator. And I'm going to add my like terms. And never change the denominator, it just stays. Right, so 2x plus 3x is 5x plus 2. And that's my final answer. No full brackets can cancel, and I don't cancel separate terms. So that is it. I'm done.